Hey guys, if you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Appreciate you. Now let's get to it. Alright y'all, Average Gamer signing on back with another video. Another unscripted video, man. And in case you guys have not been on Twitter, pat yourselves on the back. Over the past day and a half, 2 days now, probably 2 days by the time I get this video out, there has been discourse on Twitter, man. And you already know, the console war is starting once again. You know, it never really ends, but of course it's between PlayStation and Xbox because Nintendo, by and large, minds their own business. They'll get involved when the time comes, but obviously, those of you who don't know, Spider-Man 2 on the brink of coming out. Comes out in 2 weeks? Pretty much 2 weeks, right? October 20th is the release date. Everyone's excited, hooray. But apparently, there are some individuals of a certain fandom, let's say, who have decided to, for reasons I guess we'll get into, have decided to spoil the game. Now, I'm not going to reveal those tweets or anything or whatever. But one thing that really bothers me is this whole console war BS, man. I never really understood it. I knew it existed always. Rewind. I guess you should know who I am in this conversation before, just to let my biases be known or whatever. I've played both consoles. I like them both for what it's worth. Never really had any, issues with any of them. Primarily play on PC now, but, you know. Have dabbled in the consoles myself. And for me, the games are everything, right? And therefore, my quote-unquote list has always been PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox. More times than not, if I had to write down a list of every PlayStation game I've ever liked, every Nintendo game I've ever liked, and every Xbox game I've ever liked, the former two would be longer than the latter. That's all I'm saying. Not saying Xbox has never had a good title. Not saying Xbox is not a good console. Not saying their fans are more toxic than everyone else's. It is just my least favorite in terms of the exclusive games, which in my opinion is the primary thing I choose a console over, because most third-party games are going to be available on all consoles anyway, or just PC. And for what it's worth, I have a PC. I do be spamming Xbox Game Pass. I just finished up Hi-Fi Rush, which was excellent, by the way. Probably one of the better games I've played this year. Maybe the best game I played this year. We'll see how Spider-Man 2 works out. But yeah, so those are my biases kind of coming into it. So yes, I do technically like Xbox the least, but I don't hate the console or whatever. And again, I play Game Pass, which in my opinion is the way to go for Xbox personally. I just don't have the console. Used to, but as of now, I have a PlayStation, have my Nintendo, have my PC that I would play all my Xbox games on anyway, so there's just no really reason for me to buy the console. But enough about me, just wanted to explain my biases so people can know where I'm at, right? So there are a lot of people going around Twitter. For those of you who don't know, Mightykeef, Keef Crew, popular YouTuber, check him out. He's a very cool guy. Also, from, if I remember correctly, North Carolina native. Shout out, fellow North Carolinian. So he's been caught up at the center of this. A lot of people involved, a lot of verified check marks, you know the deal. A lot of people probably on some payrolls, let's say. Not Mightykeef though. Mightykeef's cool, as I said. Essentially, from what I've gathered, there were people harassing or making fun of, you know how the lines are blurred, harassing or making fun of some people on Twitter, or X, before the secret police come after me. And this group of people got mad and started spoiling the game. Now, the game being Spider-Man 2. And this also devolved into a couple side beefs, quote unquote, where it was Starfield versus Spider-Man, and then oh my god, Forza looked like a mobile game but Gran Turismo looks great. Oh, is it a doctored image? oh, did you see this one scene in Forza when they're driving in the rain? It looks great, you know, stuff like that. So my take is very simple. Very simple. I know I'm gonna sound like I'm both sizing it, and I don't mean to, but like it genuinely annoys me how people act with console war. And again, let me say this first. I think I have no like infatuations with consoles. Like, sure, I like PlayStation the most, but like the way some of y'all, I don't want to be mean in an unscripted video, The way some of y'all dick ride is like insane. Like hyper like 12-inch, all right? Deep throating, in fact. I don't like any of you. But like, even if I'm going to take everybody at their word, if people are going to harass you or make fun of you, whichever one it was, if people are making fun of you or harassing you on Twitter, why would you then respond by doing something that hurts everyone? Like, even if you thought that people even if you knew for a fact that people making fun of you were PlayStation fanboys or whatever, why would you ruin it for the entire gaming community by attempting to spoil Spider-Man 2? Unless, of course, you were so biased and caught up in your own BS that you thought every PlayStation fan should suffer because these two clowns decided to like make fun of you or whatever, or harass you. Again, I don't want to downplay or anything. Like that's just weird to me. And I will never condone harassment, you know? I don't even condone like being mean in general. Like, don't be a dick. But like, one thing, and this I think was, I'll see if I can find the tweets to like show some of y'all what I'm talking about if you aren't caught up on the drama or whatever. But I think Keef had a tweet. He was like I don't sympathize with you getting like harassed or made fun of or whatever. Again, I'll find the tweet. And a lot of people got mad at him, like, you're defending harassment. Like, what Keef is saying is very simple. You Xbox fanboys and the PlayStation fanboys, but let's be real, Xbox is the one, at least in my eyes, causing bullshit on this one. Let me say this. I guess I should say this first. Yeah, to the PlayStation stands harassing, like, don't do that. That's dumb. Don't be a jackass. But a lot of this, like, what's the problem here is really coming from Xbox fans, in my opinion, because the response is crazy. Like, people get harassed on the internet all the time, and typically, like, you report, you block, like, you just leave the internet and like go outside and touch grass. But then to like do this whole thing of, oh, you go low so I go lower, and I'm gonna ruin it for a bunch of people that weren't involved at all, don't even know what's happening, and are gonna randomly scroll on Twitter and find spoilers for Spider-Man 2 that they did not want. Yeah, that's a great idea. And it's like, that's what Mightykeef is saying. Don't act surprised when you do something harmful and then people do something harmful back to you. But that goes both ways. And that's my problem. It's a cycle. And that's the main point of this unscripted video. Don't sympathize with the people getting harassed. I'm legitimately going to say that. Because you know why? Those accounts in particular, they wanted to be harassed. And I'm going to tell you why. It's all the engagement circle, baby. All for the engagement. You see, if you were an intelligent individual, you would do something would happen to you, the reaction. You would decide whether that reaction was helpful, harmful, painful, or humorous, whatever it is. And then you decide if it's good, we'll keep doing the action to get the reaction. And if not, step back, evaluate, and figure out what best avenue to go down to produce the outcomes you want. What these Xbox fans are doing is taking 10 randoms on Twitter, picking out the ones that were slightly probably more mean to them than they should, which again, not condoning it, those people are jackasses. And then instead going, you know what? This is not indicative of the entire gaming community or even the entire PlayStation community in general. They say, no, this is every fanboy because I'm an Xbox fan. And so let me, in this hyper us versus them mentality, let me just ruin their most upcoming game of the year for them. Even though this is a public platform, it's a social media site, tons of people, because the topic is Spider-Man 2, will probably be scrolling Twitter and they see this person spoiling a game and they have no idea why. And so in response, they're going to be like, what the fuck? Like, honestly, but that's a natural response. And yeah, there may be some harsher language. You may get, some "you suck, bitch, suck a dick." Like, there's probably some shit like that thrown around. Like, I'm not going to lie, but like, the thing is, it's not a reaction that came out of their ass. Maybe those original 10 people just calling you a jackass, maybe, which if you do your research is not the people we're talking about that spoiled the Spider-Man 2. These are people who are like I said, they're Xbox fanboys. I wouldn't be surprised if they're on Phil's payroll. They literally just have tweets constantly trying to take shots at PlayStation for no apparent reason. So why do I say these people I do not sympathize with them? It's because they feed into the same cycle. It all starts at the same. They say something stupid slash biased slash disingenuous slash just saying shit to be a dick and foster engagement. They then get that engagement, and the engagement is negative because, yes, PlayStation fanboys are like Xbox fanboys. Some of them are cool, some of them are irrational. But then, here's the key. You only pay attention to the irrational ones, the people harassing you, making fun of you. You then play victim, so you get random people strolling through Twitter to sympathize with you who don't understand the whole story. Oh my god, this person's being harassed by all these weirdos on the internet over a game that they just like. I mean, that's crazy. Let me go ahead and give them a follow. Then you get all the engagement. You notice the engagement. You like it. You want it. And then you go right back to saying stupid shit the next day. And the cycle continues. So no, don't feel sad for these people. Do not feel sorry for them. They want it. They engage in it. That's how they pay their bills, okay? These people, as far as I'm concerned, are pieces of shit. They are so caught up in their bias, in their grift, in their bullshit, that they would unironically potentially ruin a game for thousands of people just to get a leg up or a one up on the other side. Because we have to be better. Here's a news flash for you. Yeah, Spider-Man 2 will probably be fairly good. You know what was also good? Hi-Fi Rush. You know what was also good? Starfield. You know what will also probably be pretty good? Gran Turismo and Forza. Granted, I'm not a racing game fan. And yeah, those photos definitely were kind of concerning. But if anything, that just proves that Forza may have some visual bugs or glitches that need to be worked out. Hardly a killer for the game. But yet you'll have PlayStation fanboys try to act like it's a paper-mache project. And then Xbox fans in a desperate attempt to try to prove that their game has some validity, as if it's a fucking lost father that just came back after 16 years. They'll try to find one good thing about it and then post it on Twitter. And then vice versa, oh, Spider-Man, the story, it's not long enough. Oh my god, the Xbox fans will tell you, oh my god, it's only a 30-hour game? Oh my god. My game, Starfield, I don't know if anyone knows, that's like 500 hours. 700, really. Hell, that's the longest game to ever exist, if you ask me. And then the PlayStation boys taking the bait. You fucking piece of shit. All superhero games are like 30 hours. Now, of course, to be fair, that is correct, but don't take the bait. These people, these Xbox accounts, these PlayStation accounts, they exist to foster engagement, all right? That's it. They like it when they get made fun of. They like it when they get harassed. Why? Because it gives them the chance to play the victim. Okay? Do not forget that. And that's all these people want. They want to play the victim so they can point the other side as pieces of shit who don't care about anything, who just want to make fun and harass everyone who doesn't like their personal favorite title or console or whatever. But of course, that's a lie. And shout out to people like Mightykeef, who are one of like the only really rational people on Twitter I've seen. I've seen a lot of people make similar takes, but I'll take one scroll through their Twitter profile. I mean, they're PlayStation dick riders, man. And you're not defending what's going on right now because you have some legitimate, genuine stance on the issue, nuanced stance on the issue. You're doing it because they're attacking PlayStation, so you feel the need to defend it. But in 2 weeks, you're going to be throwing shots at Xbox. And then the cycle's going to continue. But hey, man, those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments. I don't like rambling, but that's the point of these videos, man. I mean, that really pissed me off, so I did want to make a video about it. Shout out Mightykeef. Again, that's the guy. Like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed. Average Gamer, signing off, man. See you guys.